Well, you certainly took your time, Chester snapped as I sauntered casually into the room. I finished my book a half an hour ago. Where were you? It so happens I was discussing the great works of literature with Toby. Since when is Twinkies wrapper considered a great work of literature? I decided to ignore that. Unfortunately, several chocolate crumbs fell from my mouth to the floor at precisely that moment. As a matter of fact, I said, trying valiantly to regain my dignity, we were talking about Treasure Island. Ever hear of it? Ever hear of it? He sneered. I read that when I was a kitten. Oh, well then tell me, Chester, what is a parrot? Chester looked at me scornfully. A parrot? He said, it's a tropical zygodactyl bird. Order Pisciciformes. That is a stout, curved, hooked bill. It's often crested, brightly variegated, and an excellent mimic. In other words, Harold, a parrot is a little bird with a big mouth. Oh, I said after a moment. I thought maybe it was an umbrella. Did you get busy discussing parrots with Toby that you forgot what we were going to meet here about? It's important, Harold. I still wasn't sure what a parrot was, but I decided this was not the time to pursue it. Come over here, Chester commanded, indicating his chair, and let me show you this book. I looked at the chair. Chester was already sitting in it, with a very large book open in front of him. I don't think there's going to be room for both of us, Chester. I said, come on, you're wasting time. Just jump up here. I surveyed the scene carefully. I knew I would have to get a running start since there was just a tiny spot left for me, and I would never be able to fit in it if I pulled myself up slowly. Apparently, I was taking too long for Chester's liking. Will you get up here, he hissed. Okay, if that's what you want. I ran and jumped onto the chair, landing with a great kerplop. Chester, where are you? I cried. I couldn't see anything but the back of the chair. I'd forgotten to turn myself around. I'm here, you great oaf. I turned my head. What are you doing on the floor? I asked. You knocked me off the chair. Now just stay put. I'm coming back up. I moved to the back of the chair and Chester landed on the floor. Now let's see, he said. We both have to see the book. You come over here and I'll move this way. I don't know if you ever watched a cat try to decide where to sit, but it involves a lot of circling around, sitting, getting up again, circling around some more, thinking about it, lying down, standing up, bathing a paw or a tail, circling. A dog, on the other hand, sits. This looks like a good spot, a dog will say to himself. He'll then lower his body into the spot in question and is usually so secure in his decision that he will fall asleep immediately. Chester took what felt like 20 minutes to settle himself in, and just as I was drifting off, the kick started. Come on, Harold, quit hogging the seat and wake up. What were you trying to do, take a little cat nap? Ha ha ha. I yawned. Now, said Chester, turning to the book, let's get down to brass tacks. What exactly is on your mind? I asked. The book and that rabbit, Chester replied. Now tell me, Harold, have you ever noticed anything funny about that rabbit? No, I said, but I've certainly noticed a lot of funny things about you recently. Think about it, that rabbit sleeps all day. So do I, so do you. Furthermore, he's got a funny little sharp teeth. So do I, so do you. Furthermore, he gets in and out of the cage by himself. What kind of rabbit can do that? A smart one, I said. I could do it. We're not talking about you, Harold. We're talking about the rabbit. Now, where did they find him? At the movies. Yes, but what movie? Dracula, I said. So, he quickly remembered the note around his neck. What language was it in? An obscure dialect of the Carpathian mountain region, I answered smugly. He didn't know everything.